Who is the father of your child?
Simon Fraser of Lovat!
Swear it. Swear it before all and before God. Swear it upon the life of this child.
Why me?
You wouldn't do it. You can't fool me, lad.
I do swear, God damn it! And if I am lying, may God strike me down this instant. Let him! I don't care. I don't want to live in a world where God would harm an innocent child. I'll swear it on my own life. I will swear it on whatever you like, but not on my baby's life. Anything but that. Can't you see? Everything I'm doing for my baby. I was just trying to protect my baby.
You brought this on yourself.
From Providence, Rhode Island, welcome to Outlander Cast, a podcast dedicated to the shows Outlander and Blood of My Blood on STARZ. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Mary Larson.
My name is Blake, and I feel like I just watched Rosemary's Baby.
Oh.
That's what I feel like I just watched.
Okay.
And I said that on the knee-jerk reaction that I wrote at jointhenerdclan.com, and I actually compared it to like a mixture of Rosemary's Baby and Midsummer, if you've ever seen that movie, with Florence Pugh. This was a wild episode, Marvin.
Yeah.
There's so much good in it, and there's so much bad.
I know something?
What?
I've never seen Rosemary's Baby.
You've never seen Rosemary's Baby?
So I'm just like, oh, okay.
Oh my God. I don't know how we have to rectify that.
Okay.
That's such, oh man, I can't believe you've never seen that.
Hey, it's my life.
That is wild. But regardless, I mean, this episode, and I said this before too, it feels like it is everything Matt Roberts, right? It's like it's everything that the guy offers for Outlander, in both good ways and bad ways.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but we'll get to all that, but like when we get to it. So that's that. Mary's like, I'm not going to say anything. Any first takes from you, my darling, before we get into the whole thing?
Just uncomfortable is a great word. If I had to give this episode a word, it would be uncomfortable.
Yeah, it wasn't a very comfy episode.
No. And I like comfy sometimes.
Comfy is well needed, if you will. All right.
All right. Quick thing, of course, you can support the show and get bonus content at jointhenerdclan.com. And we want to thank all of our wonderful patrons who are already members of the Nerd Clan. Thank you ever so much. Your contributions truly keep this podcast going and making sure that we can support it worldwide free of charge. So thank you all so much.
And of course, you want to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. If you find any of what we say here about Outlander or Blood of My Blood of any value, you can follow the podcast on all the major podcatchers of your choice. And also check us out at the Mary and Blake Facebook group. That's where we are. That's where we spend a lot of our time and have a lot of different inside interactions and stuff that, we can't necessarily put on the Mary and Blake page, but we can definitely have fun. And, with the recent storm that we had, we shared a bunch of pictures of how crazy that was with all the snow, which was wild. And, it's just a good place for all you nerds to get together and chat and have fun. So, just make sure you always recommend Outlander Cast because that helps this podcast grow.
It
All right,
is
Marvin.
time for the mini recap.
All right, let's do it.
All right, if you are a time traveler in the future, little recap for you. This is the episode where Julia goes into labor, and this is your typical second baby because it's coming fast and furious, baby. Everything gets like bananas because of the superstition about what the seer said. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Davina is a hot mess express. She's good. She's bad. She's mean. She's nice. She needs to have a nap
There
or
was
something.
a lot.
But during this, we also get all of the Davina flashbacks about, sadly, the atrocities that Lord Lovat did to her. And it gives a lot of background as to why she acts the way she did. And then all this time, Henry gets told Julia's dead, and he decides to go sleep with the prostitute and pretend it's his wife.
I don't think he pretended, Marvin.
What do you mean?
That was a mental break.
Yeah.
Like, he's not like, wee! Like, this is something that he can't help.
Okay.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, here we go. He just loses it.
I know. I'm not saying he goes and's like, you know what's a great idea? I know.
Okay. All right, fair enough. All right, the episode details. It was entitled Birthright.
Julia's a lot better than Henry, okay?
Well, let's get it. We'll get into it.
Henry sucks.
Entitled Birthright. This is, I think, applies on multiple levels, whether it's talking about Brian or it is talking about the future baby. It was directed by Matthew Moore, who this is his first episode for Blood of My Blood. He also directed 6 episodes of the show The Great, which starred Nicholas Hoult and Elle Fanning. He also directed about 25 episodes of that TV series Home and Away in 1988. And the writer was Danielle Barrow. You should definitely know that name by now.
No, I forget everyone's names, sadly.
Because she wrote 508 of Outlander, Famous Last Words, 607, Sticks and Stones. She also wrote the premiere episode of Season 7 of Outlander, A Life Well Lost, and the penultimate episode of Season 7 called Written in My Own Heart's Blood. So that is that. Your kilt rating, Marvin. How many kilts are you giving this episode?
I mean, like a 3.9.
Wow.
Because here's the thing. Like, I don't really want to rewatch this episode a lot.
No, this is not a rewatch one.
No. And it gives a lot of character development. And I also think that it's neat culturally. But all of it just left me going, yuck.
Yeah.
Except for the cake at the end.
So much. The cake's always welcome.
Cake's great. You know,
I love how she put that massive candle in it.
the Beechams love cake and birthdays.
They're
always have, always will.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm just a 3.9. And no fault of theirs. No fault of the crew. No fault of the music.
Yeah.
Just, come on.
Just, it is what it is,
There's
man.
just, like when there's GBGs, this is just all like B. No one
Yeah.
had a G day.
It's like a GB. G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who had a G in a moment.
Okay. All right. My kilt rating. I do have 3.5 here.
Okay.
But I'm gonna bring it lower.
Oh, because I went to the 3 range?
Yeah. That made me feel like I graded too easily.
Oh.
I'm gonna put this episode down on the search level.
Search level. Okay.
Yeah,
which was what?
You remember the search?
I know the episode, The Search, yeah, but I don't
that
remember
was
the
like
numeric.
that was like a 2. And I
Ew.
think I'm gonna go there.
You're such a hater.
I did not like this episode.
I think that's abundantly clear.
You know what? I will. Here's what I'll do. I'll give it a 2.5.
says the man who cried so much during my births that he had to leave the room.
That's true.
And the doctor had to check on him.
That's true. I couldn't. Well, the things that they were doing to you, Marvin, it was a lot. There was a lot of pain in there, and I had a hard time. I had a hard time seeing you in pain.
I know you did.
The way that
As
the way
did the
that we were.
docs. What did the doc actually say to you?
I don't remember.
Was it just like, you all right?
No, I don't remember what the doctor said to me.
Then you had to step out? Man.
I had to step out for a minute because it was too much.
I know.
It was way too much.
So having a whole episode like this is a lot for you.
All right. Bomb impact. What is how does this illuminate Outlander, the main show? How does it help the story?
Doesn't.
I don't think so either.
I have zero bomb impact. I didn't get bombed.
Yeah, I'm kind of out on this episode even in the bomb impact. Do you know what this episode felt like? It felt like filler.
Oh.
Felt like filler.
I mean, all of this had to happen.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
But I guess what I'm saying though, my darling, is like
she had to have the baby at some point.
Yeah. No,
and it was great to see what a difficult, bad, superstitious birth would be like.
Sure, but is it vital?
Not to Outlander storyline, no.
No, and I don't even think it's vital to the story overall. Yes, the act of birth is important. She needs to have the baby. But other than that, I don't see it. I don't think it has any impact whatsoever on the story itself, and I would give this one a 0 as well.
Okay.
For the bomb impact. All right, you're good, you're bad, and you're great. Or you're really bad.
Oh, God. All right. So my good in this episode was pregnancy porridge or whatever they were schlepping around in that little pot, being like, this is for you. You're going to want the energy. And I just love that all these ladies came to help and massage and love on her.
At first I was
pillows,
happy.
And they brought snacks. And I loved that idea of let's feed her, because one of the things you get often told in labor is not to eat because you vomit, and they're like, oh, we don't want you to choke and all this kind of stuff. But on the flip side, you also are hungry, and whatever if you vomit, at least you felt good a little bit having some food in you.
That's fair.
So I don't know, I kind of loved
Greg's
it.
Cake.
And then I know you did.
I had cake.
I didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you were just eating and
I was hungry.
Hungry and crying. Oh my God.
It was a roller coaster.
Basically, the beautiful treatment that Julia gets was Blake's experience. And then the tough stuff was me. No, I just thought that was very sweet. Not sanitary because they all use the same spoon, but still very, very sweet. I think that was nice. And then my bad is Henry.
Sure. Well, what do you mean it's a bad? What about it is bad?
I just I don't know. I'm kind of over him right now, but then I know he had a mental break. I get it. But at a certain point, I'm like, there's mental break, and then there's things I'm not really going to be able to recover from.
Sure.
So that being one of them.
Meaning you as a viewer won't be able to recover from that?
Yeah. And even had I dated, one guy that I dated, he went to a party and either drank too much or did some substances or something, and he hooked up with someone else.
Yeah.
And he was so upset with himself and oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I'm so sorry, Mary. And I said, no matter your condition, you would never go up to another person and say, Mom, and call them Mom. I said, so you should never have been able to be so messed up that, if you can't forget your mom, you shouldn't be able to forget me. That's how much I should matter to you.
Oh, my God.
Seriously, this guy said he loved me, and I was like, you love your mom enough that you wouldn't randomly think someone else is your mom.
Sure.
And you should have known better in whatever state you were to know how much you love me, that you shouldn't be hooking up with someone else.
That's all fair.
So I was all set with that. And that's how I'd be feeling about Julia. I'd be like, oh, you go run to some random Mrs. Bug calling for your mom? Doubt it. Doubt it. I don't care what kind of
that's fair.
breakdown you have.
That's
You wouldn't
fair.
have called Mrs. Bug your mom. You shouldn't have gone and slept with a hoe.
All valid.
So if I was Julia, I'd be saying good riddance to you.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So that's why I'm mad at Henry. It reminded me of that guy being like, I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm like, you wouldn't have forgotten your mom, so
Yeah.
you shouldn't have forgotten me.
No, I agree with you on that one. But by the way, no, if you're drunk or whatever, there is no excuse for you to hook up with another person if you are in love. In fact, I can tell you a very brief story. Well, you already know this story, but we had
about me?
It was about you. We had my friends and I. We had a man weekend. Before Mary and I had children. Oh no! This was after we had children. Anyway, we had the man weekend, and I got super hammered, like probably the most drunk I've been since I was 21, and the day I turned 21, and all I wanted to do was just call you. Because I was away and Mary was home, and I just wanted to talk to my wife. And I was just walking around the house trying to find my phone, but the phone was in my pocket, and my buddy was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I just, I got to connect. I got to connect with my wife. I got to talk to her." So, yes, no, if somebody tells you, "Oh, I hooked up with this person. I didn't mean to. I didn't know what I was." Yes, you did. It just gave you some moral license to do what you weren't supposed to do.
Now, I will also say, obviously, Claire and Lord John did this, and
But that was different.
I mean, kind of, right? But kind of not. Like, I'm going to, love through someone else to get to my person and to, pretend it's my person. So, Henry, I don't know. It's just kind of between all the rapiness and then banging other people. Now, here's the other thing, though. Henry thinks his wife is dead.
Yes.
Okay? So, is this something that I can see someone doing where it's like, I'm sad. I just found out my wife's dead. I want to be held and pretend someone's my wife. Like, you say, okay, it was a breakdown. Yes, it was a break, but, I don't know.
Well,
so it's just tough. I'm not mad.
Let's get into that conversation. Let's just finish off the GBG, and then we'll
I just
finish.
don't feel like Henry's a good enough character where I can be cool with it.
All right. Well, you know what? All right, fine. Let's just have the conversation.
It's okay.
No. Let's have the conversation now, and then we'll figure it
No,
out.
we'll go back. My great is Davina changing her mind and kicking all the howdy out.
All right. Fair
and
enough.
The gossips.
Okay. All right. My good, honestly, was Henry's storyline.
Ah, God.
I think.
Of course it was.
I think the reality slip and how that was intercut was phenomenal, and I didn't expect it. At first, when he walked into the room with the hoe, I thought it was a costume slip up.
We'll call her a lady of the night.
Sure, the lady, whatevs.
Because I think she is a nice woman.
Yeah.
So rather than hoe, I retract that.
Well,
the lady of the night.
I got thoughts on her too, but it is what it
Queen
is.
of the night.
The
Whitney
Queen.
Houston.
Oh, shit. Don't you dare
I
besmirch
got
the good
stuff
name of
that you
Whitney
want.
Houston.
I got the thing that you need.
Don't you dare do that.
Same soundtrack, man.
It is.
Queen of the Night was easily my favorite on the entire album.
Oh yeah, it would. Well,
what else did you like? I mean, how often would you listen to it?
Oh, my mother had it. We listened to it all the time.
Yeah.
The Queen of the Night was really good.
I know.
I Will Always Love You was really good. Clearly.
But then they'll Run to You. Ooh,
yeah.
I wanna run to you.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that's I Have Nothing.
I'm
Every Woman.
Nothing.
I'm Every Woman, isn't it?
No, out on that song.
Yeah, Run to You. Sorry, I Have Nothing is different than Run to You. Queen of the Night, I'm telling you. That one is so good.
I think that's the dark horse. Because, I Will Always Love You.
In the beginning, dap, 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 dap. It's so good.
It gets all the love. And it should, right? But Queen of the Night, man, that scene when she's at the doing the what's it called, the concert there, and she's got the silver stuff on and the armor. Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. All right. I just really liked the Henry storyline. I thought that or the story rather, was well done. I thought it was a costume slip up at first, and then I realized what was happening. I think that was really cool. The bad for me was the whole birthing part.
No, Blake, you couldn't stand it. Did you have to leave the room and go get cake?
I should have.
And have a doctor console you?
It came out of nowhere. It just,
as birth often does.
Like, it just changed on a dime.
Yep, birth often does, Blake.
And and it just didn't feel earned. None of it felt
She was pregnant this whole time.
No. But just the process of it with all the ladies and the wailing and the pointing and the yelling and the wench and
what do you think wasn't earned?
All of the yelling, all of the things that were happening.
Julia's yelling?
No. The ladies yelling at her.
Oh,
yeah.
You didn't like the gossip, so you weren't.
Yeah.
It wasn't the labor that was too much for you.
The birth is fine.
Okay,
The birth
it was
is
the
fine.
gossips and the howdy.
It was the stuff around the birth.
It was the biddies.
All the
little
biddies, and then the stuff with Davina and like the flashbacks.
You didn't like
this
that?
episode had way too much going on.
Yeah.
But in a way that it felt all superfluous. Like it just didn't matter. And it went way too far in one direction. And I didn't like that. I thought it was just loud. And I just thought it was noise this episode. But my great. I will say that there's a point in the episode with Davina where you get where she's coming from. And that one line was, I was too pretty and too naive. And you kind of get it. And it's a complicated feeling from her, right? Because she doesn't like Julia because she's taking attention away. She doesn't like Julia because she gets pregnant, but she's mad at herself for kind of going through the same thing. She's got her own son. Like, there's a lot happening there. And it just, it was just very tonal whiplash. And that's why it kind of plays into the bad as well. But I do understand where she's coming from, and I can get behind that. All right. So let's go back to Henry, because Mary, I completely understand what you're saying about the sleeping with another lady, and he doesn't know that he thinks his wife is dead.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say about that. As much as I said that all the ladies and the biddies were not earned, I would say that this instance of a mental break with Henry was in fact earned, because they have already established his PTSD.
Yeah, he does not have good mental health.
They have already established that his happiest memories were in that apartment with Julia, and when you have that kind of PTSD, and then the trauma of your wife dying, and you went back in time. Like, when you think about it, we mentioned this in the first episode. Everybody's just way too cool with the fact that they went back in time 200 years. They're like, yeah, whatevs, we're here. Like, you start putting all that together. Like, someone has to. The bill always comes due, and for Henry, the bill had to get paid, and I think it did finally, where he just snapped. And your brain can do weird stuff to you. So it feels like they set this up on purpose for this thing to happen, and it feels believable to me. Now, Would there be a point where the the break like comes back to its senses. Like maybe after, he's with the lady of the night and he kind of like wakes up from it and he's like, whoa, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. But we're not privy to that right now. See what I'm saying?
Next episode.
Yeah, right.
It's just, I think you know what it is too, is I just feel like our last bit with Outlander was a fake out death and I want to go bang someone else.
Yes.
And now Blood of My Blood, a fake out death, and I want to go bang someone else. And as someone who hasn't really, like, I haven't lost my husband, thank goodness.
Yep.
But like, if I were ever to, I doubt that's the first thing I would really want to do.
But is there no? But let's take it at face value first. Right? It is very clear that his mental state has brought him to the point of like it's almost like a factory reset where he is like, yep, okay, we're back at the end of the war.
Yeah. And
he really does think that he is there with Julia. Like he's running down the street in 17 whatever Scotland and being like, the war is over, the war, like, and he's just running. That to me is very intentional. You see what I'm getting at?
I know, and I'm not saying he didn't have a mental break. I'm not. And once again, like he honestly thinks she's dead. So whatevs. It's just, like I said earlier, I just don't feel like I like Henry enough right now.
Gotcha.
And I feel like he's doing anything of value that I need to also be like, and now you did this. Like, what have you been doing, man?
So and actually, I kind of understand where you're getting at, Mary. With like last season, there was a fake out death, and these people got together, and then here we have a fake out death, and this guy goes sleeps with another chick. Like that is a fairly tired thing, and I can get on board with it. But if I'm just looking at it face value, I kind of see it. And I feel bad. And what's best about it is the way that it was edited, and the idea that he did have these mental problems as a result of the war.
And I love it. Isn't it so odd how Archbug like has this moment of humanity in him, where it's like, oh, we lost our baby, and I totally get it. And then he goes and does this. Yes, to like put him out of his misery, but like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
That's
the worst.
That's a lot to accept. That's a lot to accept. And like Archbug, like whatever, dude. I'm out on him. But part of me gets it why he did what he did. And at one point I felt like, yeah, maybe this guy does have some humanity in him, and yeah, maybe he does feel bad. But then seeing that fake out from him, it was just like, dude, I'm out on you. And that is totally your kind of gig. Out on him. Out. So
also out on Lord Lovat.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Mary, we were having a conversation off air, and it was like what this guy does and what he's doing with Davina and whatever. It's all bad. But what I feel like is they're setting it up for Davina to do something to him at one point by the end of the season. Like something bad is going to happen to this dude, and it's going to be at the hands of Davina. Because
I brought this up. Was I rewatching it and you walked by?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? And I was like, I would have killed this man so long ago.
Yep.
I would have found that's what it was. I said I would have found my town's Galus.
Yes.
And been like, give me a little witchy brew, baby.
Yep.
I hear you kill husbands.
Right.
And I'm going to kill my non-husband.
Yep.
Yeah. Like for her to have gone through this for so long and not to have, I'm not a proponent of murder, guys, but like, let's be real. She couldn't have gone and reported him. Everyone knew that he raped her.
Sure.
And had Brian because of it.
Yep.
So like there was nothing to protect you in the law. So I'm surprised Davina didn't kill him by now.
And the way that he turns on a dime too, where it was like, oh, enough with you and your insubordination, and then he just like stops when she says, well, like she's gonna have the baby, and
saying it's her jealousy.
Yeah.
But even how he dismisses Brian, he says, I need a warrior, not a monk. I need a prince, not a pauper, a lion, not a lamb. Like,
right.
He's just such a mean guy to everyone.
Just not great.
And then trying to get married while Julia's in active labor.
Yeah. Like, really not good.
The Reverend was so uncomfortable. What a sweet little Reverend.
Bob.
He was like,
right?
I'm so sorry.
He was like
this.
there, and he's just like, I'm going to walk out.
I don't do blood. I don't want to see a lady's parts. Oh my God.
Yeah. The thing with Davina is, are we supposed to feel bad? Like, is this like a redemption tour for her at this point? Like, where it's like,
yeah,
she's done all these things and she's been kind of shitty to.
Oh, she definitely has. To
Julia, and then all of a sudden we just kind of have to believe that she's just going to be cool with Julia now.
I don't think it's necessarily cool, but like a mutual understanding. Like, going through motherhood and birth is such a life-changing experience, and for Davina to be the person, usually it's this whole gaggle of women who's able to help you, and for it to be Davina who does it and protects her in the end. Yeah, this is a game-changing moment.
Sure. One thing I want to say is not naming the baby. Like, we don't get the baby's name by the end of the episode. And that feels so cheap.
Why?
Because, like I remember when we had Felicity, it was like, wow, there she is. There's Felicity.
Yeah, but we didn't name our baby, our first one, for a long time. His name on his little bracelet said baby.
No, I know, but we had an idea of what we were going with.
We had, a few. And we kept saying his name in the little crib.
Yeah.
Saying like, is this your name? Is this your name?
But my feeling is that in real life, most people know what their baby's name is going to be.
We didn't for our first baby.
But I'm saying most people, like everything that I've experienced going into the baby world and having all of our friends and colleagues have babies, most people know what their kid's name is going to be. When they put their kid in their arms, it's like, oh, Felicity, or whatever. It just feels cheap to me. It's like, okay, wait for the next episode. We're going to reveal the baby's name.
I guess, like, to me, there was so much more depth that I didn't need the baby's name. That it was really about everyone else.
Yeah.
That if I had to, like, I didn't need, like, in Bridgerton, like, to have the baby held up and this is the baby and here's his name. Like, I didn't need that. I needed baby is safe and healthy. And Julia is safe.
Yeah, but everybody,
healthy.
like, let's be honest about it. Everybody wants to know what this kid's name is,
and we'll know soon enough.
And it just feels like they're stretching it, and that's why I say again, this episode was a lot of filler for me. And that right there is just indicative of that. Like, it'll be easier to see at the end of the season, like, where we are and what transpired over these few episodes that are here or coming up. But if the next couple of episodes are of this nature, then it will feel more like filler. But regardless,
Maybe
I
she
think
felt weird naming him right away and not having her husband present.
That's fair. That's fair. I guess what I want is, I think what everybody else wants is to know who this kid is and how this kid is going to play into Outlander writ large, right? My working theory is that this baby is the Beecham line that Claire refers to in Outlander season 1 or whatever it was. Like, oh, Beecham, like, I have family in France and blah, 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 blah. Like, at some point, Julia and Henry will end up in France. and that's how it all gets established.
Interesting.
That's my thought. But I don't know. I'm not there yet. It's the nerds down the hall. It's a developing take. They're working on it for me. So with that, which leads me to this. Seema, the lady of the night. That's her name. She, like, when he arrives, there's this moment where she's like, something's up. Something ain't right. Like, you can see it in her face. But then there's this switch. Like, something happens where she's just like, okay, gonna go along to like, we're just gonna go along with this and everything's fine. Why do you think she's doing that?
Because that's what she's paid to do. She probably has to act the part for different people at different times. She's probably getting paid. He probably had to pay to get into there. He probably just couldn't walk through the brothel without paying the money. And she's probably thinking, well, this is a lot better than having to wear a maid uniform or do things I don't want to do. Mm-hmm. So I think she acts a lot. And probably this isn't her first time she's had to be pretended to have been someone else during times of grief.
Right, but the rules, I think, were fairly established with Henry, where it was like, I'm not, like, again, Seema has no context as to what is happening. She doesn't know that Julia is, in quotes, dead. She doesn't know that he's having this mental break, right? Like, it's clear something is wrong with him, but the rules that they established where it was just like, no, I don't need this. Can we just can I just lay down and have you lay next to me? Like, there ain't no nookie happening here. But then when he shows up, it's just like, yep, okay.
But he's saying he wants it. So.
Yeah, but he calls her Julia to her face.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like she did anything wrong.
Oh, no. I'm not saying she did anything wrong. I'm saying, why did she do what she did? Because is it job. Is it like a survival thing? Or is it like, here's my thought. She sees this guy. He clearly has got something up. And she sees an opportunity to kind of go up a step, maybe, and get out of this life?
That's not what I see. I just see this is my job and this is a good day for work.
Okay.
I like this situation. I'm down with it. I like this guy.
Gotcha.
She might also have feelings for him. Double win.
That's also what I'm getting at too.
But that's okay. I don't think she's trying to be like, wow, I can marry him and get out of this life. I think it's just like, have my cake and eat it too today. Thanks very much.
Yep. The candlelight scene with Brian and Julia.
Oh, birthday candle.
This was a really good scene.
So good.
And again, what we have talked about for this whole episode.
And how did we miss this cake being brought in? Because all I saw was the mushy porridge, which I was excited about. But this was part of my good. Like, they brought chocolate cake.
Right.
What?
How do you just have a chocolate cake laying around?
And no one mentions it. And
right.
Those mean gossip little biddies forgot to take it with them. Sucks to suck. Cake's mine, ladies.
It's just a really nice scene between the two where it kind of just sets the tone for both of them. The stupid, huge candle in this cake that has just come out of nowhere. And the conversation between the two of them is just warm. It's engaging, and it's in complete opposition to the way that they were speaking to each other at the beginning of the episode, where he thought that she was lying and she laid with his dad for a reason, and the whole thing. So I thought that was a really nice little thing that was going on there. Anything else you want to talk about in this episode, my darling?
What points do you have?
What do you mean?
Did you already go through all your points?
Yeah, no, I mean, for the most part. I mean, there wasn't like...
I found the whole superstitious aspect to be unbelievably interesting. I know that you were not big fans of the howdy and the gossips, but I actually found it really, really interesting. And it's something that intrigues me how Scottish culture is portrayed throughout all of these
Sure.
television shows, like how, obviously devout to their faith they are, but also devout to these superstition and weird things that they do culturally. Like the fact that they are thinking by bashing her verbally during her labor that that's going to out her sin.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just, but like, you could look at other things that happen in religions nowadays and people would say that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I just, like, to me, we're in the land of Salem witch trials. And so it's just to understand how quickly mob mentalities and bullying mentalities can happen, particularly if people are fearful of something, like that, that how quickly they can just egg each other on. Like when I saw that, I saw the schoolyard fights of people bullying, or like the terribly videos of girls beating each other up in a locker room and picking on somebody. I thought of the Salem witch trials and how quickly people turned on, women who were different, particularly if they're seen like ungodly or whatever. We live here in Rhode Island where people who were ostracized from all the other colonies came here because of religious freedom and didn't have to necessarily worry about all that. So it's something that made me uncomfortable, but it didn't make me mad. Like I'm happy it was portrayed in the show because that kind of stuff did happen. This is how, you saw Julia laying down in the hay and they had to have this confinement. Like that's really cool and wild. And
yeah, that's interesting.
Like that the guys would actually leave the house because you've seen births, portrayed in other shows and historical kind of aspects. But this was a different way than I've seen. And I loved that the townsfolk, the ladies all came to help. I think that was incredible. And so for them to be then yelling, the moaning, what it also reminded me of was what's the show where the ladies all wear red?
Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, the Handmaids. It reminded me of the Handmaid's Tale when all the handmaids are around the one giving birth.
Yes.
And then the women downstairs in the green, they're all fake moaning.
Yes.
Like, oh, she's going through labor.
Yes.
And so it heavily reminded me of the Handmaid's Tale about like these women making these sounds and mocking. I don't know. It was like a weird thing, but I didn't necessarily have a problem with it. I felt terribly for Davina. I will say, like, that was disgustingly terrible. And
what Lord Lovat did to her.
Yeah, Lord Lovat did to her.
It's
exactly.
gross.
And to know, and then to see like in her flashback of birth, it is what the women did to her. So when Julia said, did they do this to you? Is this why you're treating me this way? I don't know. I personally thought that was fitting in with the show.
Yeah. Oh, there's the other thing too that the show kind of relies on right now is that whole slip up with the guy where before Murtaugh it was, Ellen, and now for Lord Lovat it's Julia. Like, oh, come on, can we find another way?
It was cool. Julia calls out for Henry during the labor.
Yeah, no,
and they were like,
okay.
You can't label the son yet. I thought that was so funny. They're just like, who's the daddy? Who's the daddy? Who's the daddy? Henry. Yeah. Stop naming your baby.
It just feels so cheesy and cheap when something like that happens. Oh God, it just feels like a lazy way to make something go forward, and I wish it was different. And again, I go back to this is what I think, honestly, the best of what Matt Roberts offers, and also the worst of what he offers. Like these little things that are just a microcosm of how he runs the show. It's just interesting.
Pivoting, another point that I wrote down, just like culturally and religious wise, that stood out to me in this episode while Brian is speaking to Davina, and she's like, that's not your baby, right? Because I know you guys have been close. And he's like, no, not at all. It's fine. And he's really having a tough time trying to figure out where he fits in this family.
Yeah.
And he has the conversations with Lord Lovat. And while he's having a conversation with his mom, he's like, did my father love you? And did he treat you okay? Basically asking, did dad rape you?
Yeah.
And she says, the Lord doesn't allow a child to be conceived against a lassie's will.
Yeah, that
oh
boy
rubbed me so wrong.
Well,
in
in what
so
way?
many ways,
Like in a way that like
In a way that first, it just makes me upset because in a way that's what Davina was taught. That was what society at that time would have thought, and that's how they would have blamed pregnancies from rapes. Is
Yes.
that like, oh, well, she must have wanted the baby. The Lord wouldn't let someone conceive if they didn't want a baby. It makes me so angry
Yep.
for everyone who was sexually assaulted. Also makes me sad for the people who couldn't have a baby. And yet that's kind of the mentality that was going around, that like, oh, God would give you a baby if you wanted one. Well, what if someone's having fertility issues?
Right.
Thank you
right.
very
So
much.
it's not necessarily like the fact that it was included in the show. It was more like the reality of that belief bothers
Yes.
you. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I would agree with that, by the way.
And just once again, just like going through like what women had to be subjected to
Yeah.
culturally during that time,
Yeah.
particularly because of their beliefs, it just made me really, really sad.
Sure.
I did love though how she was saying, I want to make sure that you find someone who's deserving of your attention. And, you know, like the love between Davina and Brian is very special.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a mother-son relationship that, you know, I think it serves the show well, but because I think Davina is just all over the place, it's hard for me to buy her as a character that I care about. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anything else?
I thought it was great when Julia, you know, she was saying, yes, I promise Lord Lovat was the guy.
Mhm.
And then when they say, swear it on your baby. And I loved how she was like, I'm never going to do anything that could ever hurt a baby. So
Yeah.
I'll swear on my life. I'll swear on whatever. But, you know, I can't believe God would never like hurt a baby. So I just thought that was a neat like way for her to kind of whip it back at them.
Sure.
And to know that she's going through all of this while actively in labor. I think that they honestly portrayed labor very well. There's a lot of shows that don't.
Yes.
And I think in general, Outlander has done a wonderful job. I remember when Jenny was having her baby and Claire helped her. Like this long moaning, having moments where you can talk, having moments where you can't. Just the distress that the body goes through.
Yeah, man.
I just thought it was really well done.
Yeah, it is bananas. Like it's trite to say, but it's a miracle. Like it really is a miracle that it's able to happen.
And even Julia, when she had Claire, I loved that flashback of having Claire in their apartment.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, think about that, like how often that is just how it had to happen. I don't know. I thought it was a really, really neat way. And even when, you know, she was saying, I can't do it. You know, everyone who gives birth, like they reach that point where they're like, can I do this? Can I do it?
Sure.
And sure enough, they can.
And I remember that moment with you when your body just quit.
Yeah.
When with our son Reese, it was after however many hours, 24 hours
Yeah.
of labor. Your body just was like, nope, we're done.
Yep.
We're done. We're all
Need a
set.
nap.
I pass.
Yep.
All right. Anything else that you want to talk about in this episode, my
That's it.
darling? Okay, cool. Let's get into the listener feedback.
All right.
All right, this first one, well, they both come from jointhenerdclan.com, okay? And this first one is from Laurel Galucci. She says, I struggled. This was my least favorite Blood of My Blood episode. And besides the fact that all the others I loved, the episode was stressful.
Yes.
The birth scene was really hard to watch, and as a woman who has been through birth, the nail in the coffin was Henry sleeping with the prostitute in the same
Yes, Laura.
episode.
See, and that's it. It's like, yes, he thinks she's dead, but still, you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do you know what I just did?
You gotta be shitting me. All right, this next one comes from Becca. She says, hey, Mary and Blake, I think this is my least favorite episode in Blood of My Blood so far. I'm giving it 3.8 kilts. Though Davina's POV is my good, I could have done without the 2 rape scenes. The birthing scene ruined the episode for me as it echoed a kind of moralized suffering that's uncomfortable with me, particularly given the past church messaging that framed women's pain or bodily consequences as punishment for fornication.
Yes.
I couldn't agree with you more. My good. I like seeing Davina's point of view and watching her move from accusation to defense. Being allowed inside her perspective makes that shift feel earned rather than abrupt. By the time she defends Julia, it reads as a conscious moral choice shaped by what she's witnessed, not a sudden change of heart. My bad. The birthing scene. I understand what the show is trying to convey thematically, but the execution felt heavy-handed and lingered just a little too long. Instead of heightening tension, it pulled me out of the episode and crossed from visceral into distracting. Again, 100% true. My great. Archbug's deception. The play adds real depth to his Outlander character. It enriches what we already know about him while also revealing how unsettling and deviant he can be beneath the surface. Now, the thing is, though, with this one, Becca, I don't think we got a whole lot from Archbug other than, ooh, I'm bad guy.
No, I think that, like, to me, this was, oh my God. Okay, so it could be one of 2 ways. When he's relatable, talking about the loss of their baby.
Yep.
You have that human moment, but then he still goes and does something bad. So
how much is that is true, though?
How much of what is true?
That he lost the baby with his wife.
I'd say it's true. Like, I took it as, even though he has his human moments and whatever,
sure,
like, he still is heartless. So I took it as, like, let's dig in even deeper. You think he's just a flatline character? No, he's, like, really terrible because he's had his own struggles and there's no humanity.
Yeah.
Whereas with Davina, it was like the opposite of Davina. When Julia's like, is this what they did to you? That's what snaps her out. Her humanity snaps her out. Whereas his lack of humanity just makes him go buy midwife to say a lie.
Yeah, and I get that point of view. I'm almost at the point where it's like, I can't trust a damn thing the guy says.
Yes.
So did he actually have this moment with his wife, or did he just see an opportunity?
I took it as yes, but on the flip side, one other idea I had is that maybe he truly believes that Julie and the baby are dead, where it's like, he's been looking for this lady for so long. She's not here.
Yeah.
Let's just stop his suffering because I know what it's like to suffer over a baby.
That's also true. All right. All right. Ready for 5 questions that got nothing to do with Outlander.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
My friends.
All right, here we go, Marvin. If you had to live inside one movie for a year,
Okay.
which one are you choosing and why?
Oh my God, so easy. I'd
Which
be
one?
in Harry Potter.
Oh, good point. Which one, though?
Okay. Which one? Let's see. I think I would be probably in 1. Yeah, I'd be in 1. Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Everyone's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, Voldemort isn't like doing anything bad. And they have a pretty good like security system. Granted, it was Quirrell the entire time. But like they weren't actively writing with blood on the walls.
Sure.
And there wasn't like a werewolf on the premise. And kids weren't dying in a school competition. So yeah, Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone, I'd live there for a year easily.
Yep. For me, for 1 year, all right, there's the obvious, right? Everything always goes back to The Godfather.
Oh my God, no.
It always goes
Pass.
back to The Godfather.
Hard pass.
And then, but on the other hand, I kind of want to live in like a Star Trek movie. Like, I think that would be badass.
Good for you.
Yeah, like I would love to live in a Star Trek movie. If I had to pick one, it would probably be...
I'd rather Star Trek over Star Wars.
I would agree.
Star Wars lives like the scruffy life, man.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have toilets in most of the places they're at.
Star Trek, that like they got the ship. They're all in
They've
space.
got weird food on Star Wars.
Yep.
Drinking like
Blue milk.
That
Come
bread
on, that
Luke.
comes out of nowhere.
Luke Skywalker, what are you doing?
I know. Come on now.
Protein.
But you know what my first thought was?
No.
My honest to God first thought was Moulin Rouge.
Oh, wow. That's a choice.
Moulin, well, it is a choice. And I say it because the world is just like fantastical.
Okay.
And it was a
There
good
are like
time.
dying so starving artists.
But like, I don't know, like the whole, when they're dancing in
whole
Paris
prostitute thing.
and like the whole thing. The other, now that I think about it, Pretty Woman, I mean, like,
Oh my God.
you know, just going out there and just big mistake. Huge. Like, that would be fun to do. All right, next one. What's a food that everybody else loves that you refuse to eat?
I mean, I'm allergic to scallops, and everyone in the Ocean State loves scallops,
That's
and
true.
they love bacon wrapped scallops.
Yeah, but that's more.
And
That's not a refusal.
Even my family crest is scallops.
But that's
yeah,
not a refusal.
I do refuse to eat them.
But that's
I
an
say
alert.
no.
That's an allergy.
Yeah, so I refuse to eat it.
Well, like, okay, let's put it this way. What's a food that everybody loves that you just hate?
I don't have anything that I'm not allergic to that I hate.
You don't hate food. You don't hate certain foods.
No, I hate foods that make me violently ill. But even that, like, I just got sick off eating mozzarella sticks because I'm mildly lactose intolerant. And I was hurting, guys. I was hurting. We had to pause this show. You didn't realize it. We had to pause this show
That's true.
because I had some problems thanks to mozzarella sticks.
Coming out of me like
Stop,
lava.
stop. No, I did not say that. I did not. But I'm just saying. But I don't even hate that. I don't hate it. I don't hate the mozzarella sticks.
You still appreciate the mozzarella stick.
Yes. If it makes me vomit, that's different.
Yeah, sure. You know what I'm going to go with?
No.
I'm going to go with mustard.
I love mustard.
I'm out on mustard.
Yeah, I love condiments.
I know you love condiments. I'm saying I hate mustard.
I mean,
I don't like any kind of mustard.
I don't think I'd like sardines.
But that's not a thing that everybody loves. The
Oh.
question is, what is a food that everybody loves that you refuse to eat,
Do
or
you
in this
think-
case, that like you don't like? That
Do you think you know something about me that I don't like?
No, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I think I'm a pretty easygoing eater. My parents used to make me eat a lot of lentils.
Yeah.
And I didn't really like it after I had them all the time.
Lentils are so gross.
I know, but they like made me eat lentils all the time. My mom went on those weird diets where it's like cabbage soup diet and then lentils forever.
Yep.
Lentil burgers, lentil casserole, lentil this, lentil that. I couldn't eat any more lentils.
If you could master one skill instantly, like one skill, anything you could think of,
Yeah.
if it's a musical instrument, language, sport, magic trick, whatever.
Yeah.
What it doesn't matter. What are you picking?
So,
Sewing.
yeah.
Wow.
I think people who can sew are so cool.
Yeah.
I still have a really hard time finding clothes that fit me well. I wish I could sew well.
Sure.
I wish I had time to sew well. I
Yep.
wish I could make my kids' clothes. People who make their kids' clothes, that's so cool.
I'm gonna pick electric guitar. If I could be like, and I'm not talking like, oh, I'm gonna play guitar, but like, I want to be like Eric Clapton.
Oh,
I want to be
yeah. That's not like,
I want to be Dwayne Allman.
okay.
Like, I want to go out and just wail. Like, how fun would that be?
Yeah, it's fun.
That's what I'm saying. If I could just master that, or chess, one of those two.
Very different vibes. Like,
Very different vibes. All right, the next one. What is a completely irrational fear that you have that you now know that it just doesn't make any sense? Like, you hate this, but it's just ridiculous.
I mean, I have a problem with blood and I have a problem with IVs,
Yes, you do.
but it's not irrational. That's really scary. Okay. And if they mess up, then you're going to have a big bruise everywhere. And I've seen a lot
It's
of
a
blood.
little irrational.
No, it's not.
It is a little bit.
I've seen a lot of blood. And if you hit a vein, it's bad. And I'm telling you, I was messed up as a kid after seeing so much blood.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's irrational. Like,
No, but the level to which you react,
yeah.
it's a little irrational.
Yeah. They have to lay me down. I sweat. They have to
Yeah.
give me apple juice. I sob.
The amount of sobbing that happens.
I'm like, it's so bad.
It's almost like you're faking it.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're making it up.
Yeah. But it's not. And then they're always
gets
nervous
all
I'm going to pass
cold.
out. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
sweat. I get wicked sweaty, and then I get cold. And I always have to ask, like, are you new or are you experienced? Because if you're not experienced, you're going to want to get the other nurse in here.
You're not going to cut it.
No. And I tell them, because I have hard to find veins. And I'm like, this isn't going to be easy for you or me. And I am a loud, sobbing, sweating. They have to get me ice packs and apple juice. That's what trauma does to you,
It's
man.
like you're a 3-year-old.
Yeah, I was traumatized by a lot of blood.
I need my apple juice, please.
It's weird. It's like written in me.
Oh, man.
I can't do it.
Mine's spiders.
Yeah.
Remember that time the spider fell on me in the studio while we were recording? And I
do.
wanted to die. I wanted to just crawl out of my own skin. My fear of spiders is 1,000 times irrational. It doesn't make any sense. I'm huge.
I should be afraid of spiders because one bit my face. And I have a scar on my face because of the spider.
That's right. That's right. I'm sure it didn't help, though, because you put toothpaste on it.
Yeah, I thought it was a pimple. And I wore, then it turned black and green.
Oh.
And I had to put a Band-Aid on it so I looked like a rapper in the 90s.
It's like The Hangover. Oh my God, this is real.
Yeah, that was so scary to have to wake up
face.
and tell my parents like something's wrong with me and take me to the doctor and be
man.
like, that was a spider bite.
Yeah, that's
on
aggressive.
Your face.
That's aggressive.
And you put toothpaste on it.
All right, if your life had a theme song that played every time you walked into a room, what would it be?
I mean, like a song I wouldn't get sick of?
Well, it doesn't matter. It's if every time you walked into a room, this song played.
Oh,
It's a theme song.
like this is my vibe?
Yeah, you got to pick one song.
That's really hard because sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. Sometimes I'm mellow, sometimes I'm not.
Well, you got to pick one.
Okay, so I'd say I'd want to be optimistic all my life. Okay, I'd want to be happy and jolly.
Sure.
I'm not always that, especially if I've had some mozzarella sticks. But if I had to say my theme song, if I walked into a room, it'd be "Trash in the Camp" by Phil Collins from the Tarzan soundtrack. The one where the gorilla scats the whole time. It's Roseanne. Love that song. I love it so much.
I just left.
Wap, wap, babadoo, wap, wap. Do you know the song? Pull it up, man. You do actually know it? You've
Of
watched
course I know
Tarzan?
it. I'm married to you.
I loved that song so much. I arranged it for my a cappella group in college, and I'm making my kids sing it this year. It's in a medley, a nonsense Disney medley. You have to search "Trash in the Camp." Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, here it is. I got it right
But
here.
that's
Hold
the
on.
Phil Collins and Sync one, and you actually, I think the Roseanne one's really good
Wait,
too.
Roseanne?
Isn't it Roseanne? No. Oh, who was it? Not Roseanne. Who's the actress who did it? Who was the gorilla? She's not Roseanne.
Oh my
She's
God.
the lady who she's very politically active, and she's a brunette, and she was in League of Their Own. And Blake, help me.
Madonna?
Not Madonna.
Roseanne. No,
Oh.
no, not Roseanne.
You just called her Roseanne.
I did call her Roseanne.
Who is it? What's her real name? What is her name?
I gotta-
And she hates Trump so much. That's like what she does. It's like her life right now. But she was an actress. Who is it?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie, not
Rosie
Roseanne.
O'Donnell.
Yeah. Okay, so do the Rosie O'Donnell "Trash in the Camp" version, but this would be my theme song. This is it.
Yeah, here we go.
That's okay. Good. There you go. It's
Hold
gonna
on,
have
we
an
got
ad. What's
some-
your theme song, Blake?
Hold on.
Is it as good as
it's-
this?
It's playing. Here we go.
See? Yep. Breaking stuff. That way no one would know I dropped it. You gotta fast forward. It's getting there. Feel it. Feel it. This is it. This is my theme song. Walking in. Ooh, yeah. Wop, 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 doo, wop, wop. end. No real words. I love all the syncopation. I can picture myself like hopping around.
Oh.
This song makes me want to clean. That's how good it is. I hate cleaning. There you go, Blake.
God.
You're welcome.
What you can't see here, ladies and gentlemen, is that Mary is just dancing. Oh.
Blake doesn't ask me any of these questions ahead of time, friends.
No,
sorry.
I don't.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I truly don't.
But that's what that would be a song. What's your theme song?
You see, now I feel like I can't follow up on that now.
Sucks to suck,
I
man.
know, man. I should have went first. This is an original. All right, I will say this. I have to give this credit to one of the kids I knew at college. He rigged it so that every time, literally every time he opened his door, it would trigger his iPod or whatever it was. He set up like a magnet to trigger it, whatever. And every time he opened it, it played the theme song to The Price is Right. So I loved that. I thought that was the best thing in the whole world. So if I had to walk into a room every time, you play The Price is Right, man. That's how it goes. Yeah.
Wow.
How could you not?
I mean,
It's so cool.
I think mine's a lot cooler.
That or like the Avengers theme. I think that'd be a cool theme
Yeah.
to have. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Not you though.
No. It's my vibe right there.
Oh.
That's what I make my kids do at school.
Oh my God. All right. You ready for the outlandish theory of the week?
Always.
So the way that I look at it is that this thing with Seema and Henry, my sense is that this is very on purpose that she has chosen to go with Henry in this whole thing. It is that the way that it just feels like this is an intentional move with her. Like it feels like I love you, and she sees how things are turning, and she's going along with it to CYA. That's my opinion.
What's CYA?
Cover your ass.
Oh. I mean, also, it's like, well, now both of you slept with somebody else.
Sure. Yep.
So
it's we're on equal footing here.
yeah.
So, but I don't know. That's just the way that I think. I think that it's intentional. Like there's something else. It's not just, oh, I want to be a nice person, or, oh, I'm getting paid. It's something else is happening. So that is my theory. Marvin, what do you think?
Great.
Mock me.
Please hang up and try again.
All right. Any final thoughts? Last takes?
Nope.
Nothing? You
I
ready
didn't
to
really
close?
like this episode.
I didn't really like this episode either.
It's okay.
It's kind of why I was like kind of over it. Just talking about it. I'd rather just do trash in the camp with you. When you said that,
Well, I said what?
when you said, "Oh, trash in the camp," I left my body for a good 2 seconds, like where I thought I was gonna pass out from laughing so hard.
You're welcome.
Like that. Oh my God. Like what are we
What
doing?
did you think I was going to say?
I don't know. But now that you've said it, and now that it happened, I don't. It is the most perfect answer.
Thank you.
All right, you
Trash
ready
in the
to
camp.
you ready to
Tarzan.
close this bad boy out?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. See, now this is my theme. How could you not like this?
It's a little basic.
This is awesome.
It's awesome. But
Imagine this playing everywhere you walked. How could you not be in a good mood?
I mean, it's a little repetitive for my taste.
Are you telling me Zop Bop is?
Yeah, they riff and they change up things.
Whatever. Nope, this is perfect. This is perfect. Reminds me of being a kid.
Good.
Watching it in the mornings when you're sick.
This part I don't like. This
That's
makes
okay.
me think you're a Mario Kart.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this episode. Do check us out at maryandblake.com with all of our stuff going on there, and at jointhenerdclan.com where you can help support Mary and I in this little venture that we have at Mary and Blake Media. And that's it. That's all we got.
On that note, folks, my name's Mary.
My name is Blake.
And you've been listening to Outlander Cast. Slanja.